availability, and we do like our credit. It's the most used form of payment, but it also doesn't look likely to change in terms of our view about cash. 80% of those surveyed said they have zero plans to go cashless in the next 5 years. Well, even if you're not invested in cryptocurrencies, it's hard to ignore their wild ride, and with all the hype around them, the nagging sense that you might be missing something. Recently, all you're missing is a lot of turbulence. But what does the future hold for crypto? Ian Khan is a filmmaker behind the documentary, The Bitcoin Dilemma. Ian, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Amanda.
So clearly, whatever cryptocurrencies will become, they're at an early stage and it's a very volatile stage. Do you think when we look at the landscape of them, from the biggest, best known Bitcoin to those little tiny small ones, that most of them will disappear one day?
So Amanda, right now we have thousands of cryptocurrencies, and we're also in the wild, wild west of the entire development of cryptocurrencies. These are still early days. Cryptocurrencies haven't been here for more than, a decade and a half. So it's early days in the whole evolution of a crypto-powered world or a digital currency-powered world. So we have to take it easy. There definitely will be more fluctuations. There will be ups and downs because there's no regulation. There's no global regulation on cryptocurrencies. And so anything and everything that's happening with cryptocurrencies right now is not surprising.
And of course, we have seen some major ups and downs, right? Tens of thousands of dollars up and down on Bitcoin that could give anybody kind of seasickness. One thing we haven't seen yet are any major central banks getting into a digital currency. They're all looking at it. They all are talking about it. Will that be the game changer? Will that really kind of set the terms of what this world looks like at some point?
So in terms of having their own digital currencies or central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs as they're called, every bank across the world is potentially interested. There's definitely countries that are doing more. For example, China is being said to be doing more. Banks in America and Canada and Europe are looking into their own CBDCs, but nobody has their own CBDC right now, their own digital currency right now. A majority of money, traditional money right now, is digital. In fact, in Europe, some European countries, more than 95% of transactions are digital, and so no cash is exchanged. And so we're at an interesting point right now where banks and governments are looking into creating their own form of digital currencies, but we're not there quite yet.
So, and that gets us to the separation between the technology that underpins some of these currencies. It's very useful technology. It's been used in other places already in financial services. It's here to stay. We can all agree. And the currencies themselves, some of which, Ian, would you agree, are really favored by people who want government out of all of this stuff. They don't want central banks to exist. They don't want governments to own currency at all. They want a separate system. Is that likely to continue on into the future, or will that be seen as kind of a fringe movement that dies away?
So the push to have a no middlemen, in not just in financial terms, but in everywhere, right? We're looking at businesses such as car rides and home ownership, where it's direct, you can rent things by the minute. So that democratization of different systems around us is kind of happening. And the financial system being one of those as well. There definitely are people who want no banks, no middlemen, no extra charges, no payments on things they don't want to pay. But is it a major movement? I really don't believe so. It's going to take a lot more to disrupt the current financial system globally, rather than in any small country. You see some countries adopting Bitcoin. For example, El Salvador is a very tiny country, but their economic system is very different from ours in Canada or in America. I see more focus and emphasis on the core technology that powers cryptocurrencies, which is blockchain technology, which has many different promises and good things that it can do and solve some of our crises. But will we see a whole democratization of the financial system? I don't believe so. It's early days.
Ian, so good to have you with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Ian Khan is a filmmaker. His documentary is called The Bitcoin Dilemma. Well, of course, those watching the crypto market have seen a lot of volatility, but that's also been true of